My friends, I'm sure you have learnt the present, past, and past participle of the forms, the different forms of the verbs. Because now we are going to start on tenses, and it will become very necessary for you to know what present and past participle are. Like, okay, now let's begin with tenses. Tenses relate to time, that is present, past, and the future. And they also relate to verbs. Verbs that are words that show action. When studying the tenses, when you need to remember particularly three things. Number one, the uses of that tense. Number two, special words, if any, used in that tense. And number three, the verbs used. These are three critical aspects of studying tenses. Whenever you study tenses, you must pay special attention to all these three aspects so that when you revise or when you speak out, you don't make mistakes. Is that particularly not only make mistakes here, but also while doing exams. Today, I will be teaching you uh, general things about tenses, simple and and simple present. So this one and this two. We will only be dealing with these two because we won't have time for more. And after simple present tense, we will not go on down to for further tenses. We will stick here and we will go to agreement of the verb with the subject. Right? Now, there are 12 tenses. Present tense has 4 tenses, past has 4 tenses, and future has 4 tenses. Now, in all these tenses, we use verbs that are called normal verbs that show action. Then there are helping verbs. Helping verbs that we are talking of here in this session that we are going to talk of helping verbs will be is, am, are in present. These verbs in is, am, are used to show condition, condition or state. Condition or state. Now remember, when I say state or condition, I mean sthiti, in what particular position or where they are. For example, I am asleep. Now I am asleep. Simple so wrong. That is the condition I am in. Or she is unwell. So she is unwell. Simple. That's the condition of the part. And then that is they are used number one and number two to form present continuous tense. Simple. Now, when we take up was, were, they are used, was, were are in the past tense. And again, their usage is the same, to show condition or state, to form present tense, and okay. I'm trying to write as less as possible. Past tense. She, I was asleep, she was unwell. The same thing, nothing difficult. And then we have has and have. These are used to show position, in the present tense and to form present perfect and present perfect continuous tense. Is that clear? Now, in the end, we have had. We have the word had. Had is used again to show possession in the past and to form verbs of the past perfect and past perfect continuous tense. You will go on later to study. I mean, I am telling you in brief about what the present tenses are. What you will understand is that when you come to active passive, these are used to form tenses for active passive also. Because for active and passive voices, we have different tenses altogether. There are 8 of them, but we are not studying active passive at the moment. We are studying only the tenses for our grammar session. And you have learned the verbs, so it should not be difficult for me to teach them. But please pay attention on the usage. So first is used. Now simple present tense is used one, to talk about a. Universal truths. Do you know what universal truths are? Universal truths are things that have been continuing for ages, for thousands of years, and are assumed to continue for the next thousands of years. Like the sun gives heat and light to the earth, the moon revolves around the earth. So these are universal truths. Number B, sayings. They are used in sayings. Sayings, what are sayings? What are sayings? Saying, adages, proverbs, मुहावरे, इन सबको sayings कहते हैं. जैसे God loves those who love others. We must respect our seniors. These are sayings. इन सब में simple present tense लगती है. Number C, mathematical and mathematical truths and scientific truths. Now, mathematical truths are the sum of a triangle is equal to 360 degrees, or it will always remain the same. So that's a mathematical truth. Scientific truth, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. These are some examples. So this simple present tense is used number one. Remember number one. I just finished number one. We've got 2, 3, 4, some more uses. And these are very important. You have to remember them by heart. Number 2 is used to talk about routine or habitual actions. Routine or habitual actions. Actions that we do. I brush my teeth daily. My father goes out for a walk every morning. So these are habitual actions that we do. So we use this tense to talk about such actions. मतलब जो हम नॉर्मली करते हैं, डॉक्टर ने कहा कि भाई ये दवाई लो और दिन में 3 बार खानी है. सो आई टेक माई मेडिसिन थ्राइस अ डे. तो ये आपको बताता है कि इसमें क्या कितना आप बात कर रहे हो. तीसरी बात, थर्ड थिंग जो इसके लिए बहुत जरूरी है, वी यूज दिस टेंस to talk about This is, I'm writing it in a separate color because this is very important and you need to remember this. We use this tense to talk about official actions and programs about official actions and programs about the future. Now, see, remember we are talking about the future, but in simple present tense. Therefore, I had to mark it in a different colored pen. Now, first of all, here there are some things that you need to understand. What is official actions and what is official programs? Now, official is anybody in authority. जो भी कोई हाईएस्ट पोजीशन पे बैठा है वो जो इंस्ट्रक्शंस इशू करता है वो ऑफिशियल हो जाते हैं. आपके स्कूल के प्रिंसिपल कहते हैं कि भाई इस साल एग्जाम्स जो है जुलाई से जो 1 जुलाई से शुरू होंगे, ये ऑफिशियल हो गया. 1 जुलाई से आपके एग्जाम शुरू होंगे. पार्लियामेंट में प्रधानमंत्री कहते हैं कि नेक्स्ट सेशन ऑफ पार्लियामेंट विल बिगिन फ्रॉम द 1st ऑफ नेक्स्ट ईयर. तो 1st ऑफ नेक्स्ट ईयर होगा, तो फ्यूचर के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, लेकिन है तो वो ऑफिशियल एक्शन. फिर हमारे बस के टाइमिंग्स, हमारे प्लेन, ट्रेन, इन सब के टाइमिंग्स ऑफिशियल है. कोई प्लेन अगर किसी एक टाइम पे जाना है तो उसी टाइम पे उड़ेगा. ये नहीं हो सकता कि आप कहते भाई प्लेन वाले को कि रुक जाओ हमारे हैं. सिमिलरली बैंक्स के टाइमिंग्स हैं, बैंक एक टाइम पे खुलते हैं एक टाइम पे बंद होते हैं. सिनेमा हॉल्स, मूवी थिएटर्स, इनमें सब में टाइम होता है. ये सारे ऑफिशियल टाइम टेबल्स हैं. आप किसी स्कूल के लिए एग्जामिनेशन के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं, वो आपको देते हैं कि आपका एंट्रेंस एग्जामिनेशन सच एंड सच डेट को होगा. दैट इज ऑफिशियल. Is that very clear? So, official actions generally do not change until unless calamity occurs, tsunami आ जाए, earthquake आ जाए, जिसकी वजह से प्रधानमंत्री को अपना प्रोग्राम कैंसिल करना पड़ जाए. That is different altogether. We are not talking of those circumstances. But you understand what official actions are. Now, official programs. Official programs are कि हमारे प्रधानमंत्री ने चाइना जाना है अगले 1st of March in 2025. 25 का प्रोग्राम अभी से बन गया, तो अभी से उसकी तैयारियां शुरू होंगी. सो दैट बिकम्स एन ऑफिशियल प्रोग्राम. डू यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस? इसमें कहीं कोई डाउट आपके दिमाग में नहीं होना चाहिए. सो दीज आर दी 3 यूजेस ऑफ सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस. नाउ this second point is we are going to touch upon the verbs that we use. No, another thing point. Sorry. Number 4 point. 4th point. Sorry. My mistake. 4th point is we use some words to show periodicity of action. Periodicity का मतलब है कि कोई भी एक एक्शन हम दिन में कितनी बार करते हैं. तो हम कहते हैं यहां पे जो वर्ड्स यूज होते हैं नॉर्मली क्या है? ऑफन, generally, regularly, seldom, never, daily, once a week, yearly, 3 times a day, etc. मतलब ये सारे वर्ड जो मैंने आपको इतने सारे लिख के दिए हैं, ये जनरली टेंस में यूज करते हैं क्योंकि ये टेंस यूज होती है हमारे हैबिचुअल और रेगुलर एक्शंस के लिए. तो उन एक्शंस की पीरियोडिसिटी बताने के लिए हम ये वर्ड्स यूज करते हैं. सेल्डम, सेल्डम का मतलब होता है कभी कभार, रेयरली. और ऑफन का मतलब होता है अक्सर. बाकी सब वर्ड्स कोई ऐसे नहीं है जो आपको ना आते हो, तो मैंने ये आपको बताना जरूरी समझा. नाउ ये इसके हो गए where the tense is used. You've also learned what are the special words used in this tense. So now we are going to learn the verbs that we use in this tense. Now यहां पे मैं एक छोटा सा डायग्राम बनाऊंगा जिसको आप कॉपी कर लें, बहुत फायदेमंद रहेगा. Here it is. With we use verbs. I, we, you, they. इन सब के साथ हम वर्ब्स क्या यूज करते हैं. सॉरी, पहले मैं आपको बता दूं कि ये मैं बात कर रहा हूं आपसे पॉजिटिव सेंटेंसेस के बारे में. आई, वी, यू, दे के साथ हम यूज करते हैं डू, गो, हैव, प्ले, cook, sleep, fight, write, smoke, kill, run, any, and there are so many of them, right? But when we come to he, she, it, with these we use words does, goes, has, plays, learns, makes, kills, shoots, fights, swims. So you see that with he, she, it, we use verbs ending with s. With I, we, you, they, we use verbs not ending with s. Now here you have to remember, you have to realize that what is I? You have studied in pronouns. They is all others. You is you. We is I plus others. We का ध्यान रखिएगा. We कौन होता है? I plus others is equal to we. You, they, he, she, it is pronouns of the third person. So Ram will be he, she, Radha will be she, and computer will be it. Similarly, you have all of them. Now, what I am going to write down now is especially important. You have to have this. If you do not learn this, you will be failing in your duty to study. And that is please note this down. We use verbs ending with S. Only in the simple present tense for positive sentences with third person subjects. ये ध्यान रखिएगा कि सिर्फ इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज में सिर्फ एक ही जगह है जहां पर आप ये वर्ब्स एंडिंग विद एस यूज करते हैं, और वो जगह है सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस के पॉजिटिव सेंटेंसेस में विद थर्ड पर्सन सिंगुलर सब्जेक्ट्स, third person singular subjects. Now I'll give you examples. These are examples. My mother likes ice cream. Ramesh goes for a walk every day. The government has announced a holiday on 1st of every month. ये सारे सेंटेंसेस जो मैंने बनाए हैं ये सब प्रेजेंट टेंस में है. यहां देखिए माय मदर क्या हुई, शी के साथ क्या वर्ब लगा, बिकॉज थर्ड पर्सन सिंगुलर है, ये थर्ड पर्सन सिंगुलर सब्जेक्ट शी है, तो इनके साथ एस वाला वर्ब लगा. फिर आए रमेश इज व्हाट, ही, इनके साथ क्या लगा, गोज, बिकॉज अगेन थर्ड पर्सन पॉजिटिव सेंटेंसेस सिंगुलर सब्जेक्ट्स के लिए गोज फॉर अ वॉक एवरी डे. नाउ दिस द गवर्नमेंट, ये गवर्नमेंट एक बॉडी है तो ये क्या है, इट है. इट हैज लगा, इट हैज अनाउंस्ड, और क्योंकि ये गवर्नमेंट बॉडी है इन्होंने आगे फ्यूचर के लिए प्रोग्राम या अपना ऑफिशियल ऑर्डर पास कर दिया कि हर पहली तारीख को छुट्टी रहा करेगी. डू यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट? सो दिस इज व्हाट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट फॉर पॉजिटिव सेंटेंसेस. अभी तक हमने सिर्फ पॉजिटिव सेंटेंसेस ऑफ सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस की बात करी है. एंड आई थिंक वी हैव टेकन टू मच टाइम. सो इसके नेगेटिव एंड क्वेश्चंस, interrogative sentences and negative sentences, we will be doing next time in our next class. Okay? But please, for the time being, as long as we don't have our next class, please learn the strong and weak verbs and the uses of this tense. Thank you very much.